in hiding the fact that we're in a direct hot war with Russia. Maybe you support that, maybe you don't. But how could you hide something that significant, the most significant fact of our generation, from the public? How could you do that?
The only answer is that you don't actually have a journalistic mindset, that you far more identify with your job as working for the government than working for the American people. If you look at the history of the most important journalism stories, it's exactly insiders like Daniel Ellsberg sees that the government is lying to the American people about the war in Vietnam, saying we're winning, when in reality, privately, they're saying we're losing, and he goes and he shows the American people the truth. Or Edward Snowden, who heard James Clapper falsely deny the NSA was spying on American people. He had the evidence in his hand, and he risked his security to show the truth. Same things WikiLeaks did. This is what you celebrate in journalism. Our journalists, meaning the media corporations, hate this because they actually work for their government. That is their true allegiance.
Or over here.
You have to defend truth tellers. You cannot abet lying if you have an entire country based on lies. It just does not end well. You have to tell the truth. I think you're certainly a living example of that. Glenn Greenwald, thank you very much.
Thanks, Tucker.
So don't get distracted by the minor things. Look at the big and fundamental things, your food supply. So over the past year, disasters affecting our food supply have become apparently much more common. A number of planes have flown into food processing plants in just the last year in Georgia and Ohio. Idaho, rather. More than a dozen food plants have caught fire, including the headquarters of one of the country's largest organic food distributors. Earlier this year, many farmers reported that their chickens were not laying eggs. Now, in virtually every one of these cases, there's no explanation from the government for what's going on. Now we have another major unexplained disaster affecting our food supply to report. On Monday, a massive explosion at a dairy farm in the Texas Panhandle in Dimmitt, Texas, killed more than 18,000 cows. 18,000. One person was critically injured. Apparently the cows were being brought in for milking when the blast occurred. This is the deadliest barn fire in the history of Texas. It's also the deadliest fire of cattle in the history of the United States.
That's the second time within a year that's happened.
We have no idea what caused this. Authorities are saying they're investigating it. It looks like terrorism. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but maybe someone should explain how it isn't. How is that not terrorism? Maybe it was an accident. Maybe someone should tell us.
Explain the last 10,000 from Kansas.
Well, speaking of food, of course, the latest plan is to get you to stop eating meat entirely. All the cows blew up. Sorry, you have to eat bugs. The latest episode of the new season of Tucker Carlson Originals is a take on the climate activism plan to end global warming by making you eat bugs. And we're calling it Let Them Eat Bugs. It shows how really a propaganda campaign is underway right now to make you think it's totally fine to trade your ribeye for a cockroach.
Ew.
We recommend that very strongly. It's out tomorrow.